You know that look people give you when they realize they can straight up walk all over you? It ain't hate, nah. Hate would mean you're actually a threat. It's something way worse. It's that dead-eyed indifference, that quiet contempt that says you don't even register as a blip on their radar. And if you're tired of being treated like you're invisible, like you're everybody's backup plan, their emotional dumpster, their yes man, then you better buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you is gonna flip your whole world upside down. Let's be real for a second. There's a specific vibe people throw your way when they know for a fact they can use you. It ain't hate. Hate would mean they see you as somebody who could actually clap back. Somebody with real juice. Hate would mean you got power. It ain't even anger. Anger would mean you matter enough to mess up their peace of mind. Nah, what you're getting is pure, ice-cold indifference. It's that low-key, barely there contempt that cuts deeper than any cussing out ever could. It's how they cut you off mid-sentence and don't even think twice about saying sorry. It's how they leave you on read for days, straight up ghosting you, knowing damn well you're gonna reply the second they feel like hitting you back up. It's the way they dump all their drama, all their baggage, all their work stress onto you like you're some kind of free therapy service. But the minute you need somebody to lean on, poof, they vanish like smoke. You feel that sinking feeling in your gut, right? That cold, gut-wrenching realization that you're playing background character in your own damn life. You're the safe bet, the one who never pushes back, never says no, the one who's always gonna be there waiting around like a puppy dog, hoping that if you just give a little more, if you're just a bit nicer, a bit more understanding, a bit more available, they'll finally wake up and see what you're worth. But here's the kicker, the truth that's gonna sting like hell. They won't. They're never gonna see it. And you wanna know why? Because deep down in your soul, you already know the answer. You don't respect yourself. You think you're being kind. You think you're being a stand-up person. A real one. You've convinced yourself that keeping your mouth shut is somehow maturity. That forgiving people over and over and over again is some kind of virtue, some badge of honor you get to wear. But yo, Machiavelli, the dude who understood the darkest, grimiest corners of human nature like nobody else, would hit you with the brutal, unfiltered truth. You're not virtuous. You're harmless, and in this cold, cutthroat world we live in, harmless things don't get respected. They get eaten alive, they get consumed, chewed up, and spit out. You've spent your whole entire life trying to be loved, haven't you? Trying to make people like you, trying to get that validation. But Machiavelli wrote something that's gonna mess with your head. It is much safer to be feared than loved, because love is preserved by the link of obligation, which, owing to the baseness of men, is broken at every opportunity for their advantage. But fear preserves you by a dread of punishment, which never fails. Now hold up, pause for a second. I'm not telling you to become some villain, some toxic tyrant running around treating people like trash. I'm not telling you to become the bad guy. What I am telling you is that you need to become dangerous. You need to have that edge. Because until you're capable of walking away, until you're capable of going stone cold indifferent, until you're capable of letting people actually lose you for real, you got zero negotiating power. Zip. Nada. If you're sick and tired of being the doormat, if you're fed up with the disrespect, if you're exhausted from feeling invisible like some ghost floating through life, then you gotta kill that part of you that's out here begging for approval like it's air. You gotta murder that needy, desperate version of yourself. In this video, we're about to dismantle piece by piece the psychological programming that's keeping you weak as hell. We ain't gonna talk about self-love or those corny positive affirmations you write in your journal. That stuff is straight up useless against real human nature. We're gonna use Machiavellian philosophy and dark psychology to rebuild your backbone from the ground up. There's a switch in the human mind, a trigger point. Once you flip it, the disrespect stops instantly, like magic. The people who ghosted you will suddenly be blowing up your phone, seeking your validation. The people who used you like a tool will suddenly be scared to death of losing you. But to flip that switch, you gotta be willing to do the one thing that scares you the most. Let's get into it. Why is gold valuable, huh? Why is a diamond precious? Why is water, which is literally essential for staying alive, basically free, while some useless shiny rock costs a fortune? The answer is scarcity. It's the fundamental law of economics, and it's the fundamental law of human relationships too. You're getting treated like you're worth nothing because you're free. You're always available. You're an unlimited resource, an all-you-can-eat buffet. When somebody sends you a text, you reply in literal seconds like your phone is glued to your hand. When somebody asks you for a favor, you're saying yes before they even finish their sentence. When somebody cancels plans with you at the last minute, you're like, oh, it's cool, no worries, I totally understand. You've flooded the market with your presence. And when supply way exceeds demand, the value drops to straight up zero. You think that by being available 24/7, you're building connection, right? You think, if I'm always there for them, they'll realize how loyal I am, how solid I am. Wrong. Dead wrong. Human beings are wired to chase what runs away from them. We're hunters by nature, predators at our core. We don't value what falls right into our lap. We value what we gotta work for, what we gotta earn, what we gotta chase down. When you give away your time, your energy, your attention for free, like some kind of charity, you're teaching people that you have no value. You're literally training them to disrespect you. Machiavelli said, "The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar." What he meant was that people judge you by how you present yourself, by the vibe you give off. If you present yourself as somebody who's got nothing better to do than sit around waiting for them to hit you up, they're gonna treat you like somebody who's got nothing better to do. Think about the person you respect the most in your life. Do they answer their phone on the first ring every single time? Do they agree with everything you say, like some yes man? Do they apologize for existing, for taking up space? Hell no. They got boundaries. They got a whole life outside of you. They're scarce. They're limited edition. If you want to regain respect, you gotta artificially create scarcity in your life. You gotta pull back, withdraw. This ain't some game. This ain't playing hard to get like some pickup artist nonsense. This is about reclaiming your own damn life. Stop explaining yourself. The next time someone asks you to do something you don't want to do not give them a whole paragraph of excuses. Don't lie and say, "Oh man, I got a doctor's appointment." Don't say, "I would love to, but my cat is sick. My car broke down. My grandma needs me." Just say, "Nah, I can't do that." Or even better, just say no. Silence. Dead silence. The silence that follows a no is where your power lives, where your juice comes from. Most people are terrified of that silence. They rush to fill it with nervous laughter, with justifications, with apologies. "I'm so sorry, man. I just really got a lot going on right now. Things are crazy, you know?" Stop it. When you explain, you're submitting. You're on your knees. You're asking for their permission to say no. You're basically saying, "Please don't be mad at me. I got a valid reason. I swear, a king doesn't explain his decrees. A queen doesn't apologize for her boundaries. When you offer up an explanation, you're opening the door for negotiation. You're giving them a hook to drag you back in. Oh, you got a doctor's appointment? What time? We can do it after. But when you simply say no, or that doesn't work for me, you hit them with a brick wall, a solid, immovable wall of self-respect. It's gonna feel uncomfortable as hell. Your heart's gonna race. Your brain's gonna scream at you. Yo, they're gonna hate you. They're gonna think you're a jerk. You're gonna lose them. Let them. If their so-called affection depends on your submission, on you being a doormat, then you never had their real affection in the first place. You just had their usage. You were their tool. You gotta understand the concept of the Zeigarnik effect applied to presence. The human mind fixates on incomplete tasks, on things it can't fully grasp or figure out. When you're an open book, when you vomit your entire inner world to anyone who'll listen, you're a completed task. They've figured you out. They've consumed you. They move on to the next thing. But when you hold back, when you listen way more than you speak, when you disappear for a while to work on yourself without announcing it to the whole world on social media, you become an incomplete loop in their mind. They start to wonder, yo, where's he at? What's she thinking? Why doesn't he need my approval anymore? What changed? That wonder, that curiosity, that's the seed of respect growing. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, said something that cuts through every excuse you've ever made for yourself. The world will ask you who you are, and if you do not know, the world will tell you. Right now, at this very moment, the world is telling you that you're nothing, that you don't matter. And the world is doing that because you're whispering it to yourself every single day, under your breath. External reality is a mirror, fam. It reflects your internal state back to you with brutal, unforgiving accuracy. You walk into a room with your shoulders slumped, eyes darting around, apologizing for taking up space, for breathing the same air. You speak softly, scared to offend anyone. You laugh at jokes that ain't even funny just to ease the tension in the room. You're broadcasting a signal loud and clear, and that signal is screaming, I am prey. Come get me. Predatory personalities, narcissists, Machiavellians, exploiters, users, they got a sixth sense for this signal. They can smell the lack of self-respect on you like blood in the water attracting sharks. They don't target the strong. They don't go after lions. They target the compliant, the weak, the easy marks. And it's not just the predators, the toxic people. Even normal, good people will unconsciously lose respect for you. It's biological, hardwired into our DNA. We're social animals with a hierarchy burned into our brains. When you signal that you're at the bottom of the food chain, people treat you like you're at the bottom. That's just facts. This is the hardest pill to swallow, and it's gonna go down rough. You're complicit in your own abuse. Every time you stayed silent when you should have spoken up, you signed a contract. Every time you accepted an apology that wasn't even sincere, you lowered your own price tag. Every time you went back to someone who hurt you, who disrespected you, you taught them exactly how to hurt you again. You're the teacher giving them the lesson plan. You teach people how to treat you. If you tolerate disrespect, you're authorizing it. You're giving them permission. Machiavelli wrote, "Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that he who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived." He's saying people will push until they hit a wall. If they never hit a wall, they'll just keep pushing. They'll take your arm, then your leg, then your soul, than everything you got. Not because they're all evil, though some definitely are, but because it's the nature of power to expand into empty space. And you're empty space. You got no walls, no fortress, no defense system. You're wide open for invasion. To change this, to flip the script, you gotta stop looking at them and start looking at the pacts you made with yourself. Why do you feel guilty when you stand up for yourself? Where did you learn that your needs are secondary to everyone else's? Who told you that to be a good person meant to be silent, to be a doormat? This is where we enter the shadow, the dark side you've been ignoring. You repress your aggression. You think aggression is bad, toxic, something to be ashamed of. You think anger is negative energy, so you shove it down deep into the basement of your psyche and lock the door. But listen up. A person without the capacity for aggression is not virtuous. They're just weak. They're powerless. A rabbit is not virtuous because it doesn't eat the wolf. It can't eat the wolf. It doesn't have the tools. To be truly respected in this world, you gotta be capable of being dangerous, but you choose to be kind. You gotta have a sword and keep it sheathed. If you got no sword, your kindness ain't a gift to the world. It's a survival strategy. You're nice because you're terrified of what'll happen if you're not. And people can smell that fear on you like cheap cologne. Respect comes from the realization that you could bite back, but you choose not to. That you could walk away and never look back. That you could destroy the relationship if your boundaries get crossed. If you can't destroy, you can't protect. Simple as that. So how do you build this? How do you stop broadcasting victim energy and start broadcasting sovereign energy? It starts with the body and it ends with the voice. Every single thing about how you move and speak. Stop rushing everywhere like you're late to your own life. Insecure people rush. They walk fast, talk fast, eat fast. They act like they're stealing time, like they don't deserve to be there. Slow down. Move with deliberation, with purpose. When you turn your head, turn it slowly. When you speak, pause between sentences. Let your words breathe. Silence is not empty space. It's heavy. It's got weight. Let your words land and sink in. When you rush to answer a question, you're trying to please. When you take 3 whole seconds to think before you speak, you're evaluating. And the person evaluating holds the frame. The person rushing to answer is trapped in the other person's frame. Change the dynamic. When someone interrupts you, don't stop talking. Keep speaking at the same volume, or stop completely. Look them dead in the eyes for 3 seconds of uncomfortable silence, and then say, "I wasn't finished." Do not smile when you say it. Smiles are for submission. Smiles are for "please like me." Keep your face neutral, unbothered. This is what we call the Machiavellian gaze. It's an unreactive, observant look. It says, "I see what you're doing, and it doesn't affect me one bit. You got no power here." The moment you do this, the moment you hold that tension instead of trying to diffuse it like you usually do, the whole dynamic flips on its head. They'll feel a spike of anxiety. They'll realize, wait a minute, I can't push this person around. I can't steamroll them. And in that moment of anxiety, respect is born. Let's go deeper into the philosophy, the real meat and potatoes. Why are you so attached to being nice all the time? Because you believe in a transactional universe. You think life is like a vending machine. You believe that if you put goodness coins into the machine, you'll get love and respect out the other side. You think, if I listen to their problems for 3 hours straight, they'll listen to mine. If I cover for them at work, they'll help me when I'm drowning. If I never complain, they'll appreciate my patience. But life ain't a vending machine, and people ain't logical mechanisms running on code. Machiavelli shattered this illusion 500 years ago. He said, "A man who wishes to make a profession of goodness in everything must necessarily come to grief among so many who are not good." Read that again, slowly. If you insist on being good, compliant, submissive, yielding in a world absolutely packed full of people who are self-interested, narcissistic, and hungry for power, you will be destroyed. Straight up, this ain't cynicism. This is survival. Your goodness is actually a covert contract, a secret deal you made up in your head. You're doing things for people expecting a return that you never even asked for. And when they don't pay up, you get resentful. You sit in your room seething, thinking, after everything I did for them. But hold up, did they ask you to do it? Or did you do it because you wanted to buy their approval? To purchase their love? Realize this truth. You're not a martyr. You're a manipulator who's bad at math. You're trying to manipulate people into loving you by sacrificing yourself. But the price of your sacrifice is way too low. So they take it, pocket it, and give nothing back. Stop giving. Stop doing things that breed resentment in your heart. If doing a favor makes you feel used, don't do it. If listening to that friend complain about their ex for the 100th time makes you want to scream into a pillow, hang up the phone. But that's selfish. Yeah, be selfish. Selfishness is the foundation of self-preservation. You can't pour from an empty cup, and right now, your cup is dry, cracked, and full of dust and cobwebs. You need to become what I call selectively generous. Generosity is beautiful. It's powerful. When it's a choice, when it comes from a place of real abundance. When you give because you genuinely want to, not because you feel like you have to or you'll lose them, but when you give out of obligation, out of fear, that's slavery. That's bondage. You need to reclaim your yes. Your yes has zero value because you give it to everyone and their mama. Can you help me move? Yes. Can you lend me money? Yes. Can you stay late at work? Yes. Your yes is inflation currency. It's worthless paper money printed by the trillions, floating around everywhere. To make your yes valuable, you gotta introduce the no. You gotta flood the market with no. No. Nah. I can't. I won't. Not happening. The first time you say no to someone who's used to hearing yes from you, they're gonna react with shock, then anger. They might call you selfish. They might try to guilt trip you hard. Yo, I thought we were friends. I thought you had my back. Recognize this for what it really is. A tantrum. They're a child who's been told they can't have the candy. Do not negotiate with the child. Do not apologize to the child. Stand firm like a tree with deep roots and watch what happens. Once the anger fades, and it will fade, they'll look at you differently. They'll realize you got boundaries. They'll realize you're not just an extension of them, not their puppet, but a separate, sovereign entity with your own will, your own mind. And the next time you say yes to them, they'll treasure it. They'll value it because they know you didn't have to say it. This is the Machiavellian paradox in action. By refusing to serve them, you become someone worthy of their service. But there's a trap here, a mental trap that keeps you stuck in the cycle of submission. It's the fear of abandonment. You think, if I set boundaries, they'll leave. And you're right. Some of them will leave. The parasites will bounce, the users will disappear. The energy vampires will find another victim. let them go. You're holding on to dead weight and calling it a support system. You're drowning and you're terrified of letting go of the anchor that's pulling you under. Machiavelli said, "One should never fall in the belief that you can find someone to pick you up. You have to pick yourself up. You gotta be willing to walk alone, because the quality of your life is determined by the quality of what you refuse to tolerate." We're done with the diagnosis. You know what the sickness is now. The sickness is your need to be liked. The sickness is your fear of conflict, your terror of confrontation. Now here's the cure. These ain't tips. These ain't suggestions. These are laws. Laws of physics applied to social dynamics. If you break gravity, you fall. If you break these laws, you fall hard. Law 1, the power of the void. Human beings are terrified of empty space, of silence. In conversation, when there's a pause, your instinct is to fill it. You babble, ramble, you laugh nervously. You add unnecessary details just to keep the sound going. Stop it right now. When you ask a question, shut your mouth. Wait for the answer. When you make a statement, let it hang in the air like smoke. Create a void. The person who's more comfortable with the void holds all the power. When you become comfortable with silence, you force the other person to work for your validation. They'll start talking to fill the space. They'll reveal things they didn't mean to say. They'll try to impress you, to get your approval. The void is a vacuum. It sucks their power out and gives it to you. Be the void. Law 2, never bleed in public. Machiavelli knew that vulnerability is a double-edged sword. In the wrong hands, it's a weapon that gets used against you. You've been told to be vulnerable, to share your feelings, to open up. Nah, do not share your wounds with people who haven't proven they can hold the bandage, who haven't earned your trust. When you complain about your life to people who don't respect you, you're giving them ammunition. You're showing them exactly where to kick you later when they want to hurt you. If you're hurt, if you're struggling, process it in private. Process it with a therapist, or process it with the very few loyal allies you actually have. To the rest of the world, you're unbothered. You're stoic, you're solid. This drives them insane. They want a reaction. They want to see you crumble because it makes them feel superior. Deny them that satisfaction. Law 3, the walk-away leverage. In any negotiation, the person who cares the least wins. This is the iron law of power, unbreakable. If you need the job more than they need you, they own you. If you need the relationship more than they need you, they own you. You gotta cultivate the ability to walk away from anything. Jobs, relationships, opportunities, whatever. This requires you to build a life that you actually like. A life where you're your own primary source of stability, not some external person or thing. When you know deep in your bones that you'll be fine without them, your whole energy shifts. You stop grasping, stop begging. And ironically, that's exactly when they start chasing you. Law 4, kill the jade. Jade stands for justify, argue, defend, explain. This is the behavior of the guilty. This is the behavior of someone who's subordinate, beneath. When someone questions your decision, why aren't you coming to the party? Don't jade. Don't say, well, I'm really tired and I got work tomorrow and my car is acting up and I think I'm getting sick. Say, I'm not feeling it tonight. When you justify, argue, defend, or explain, you're handing them the judge's gavel. You're saying, please judge my reasons. Tell me if they're good enough. Burn the gavel. Throw it in the fire. You are the judge in your own life. Law 5. Become unpredictable. Machiavelli advised the prince to be a shapeshifter, to keep people guessing. You're too predictable right now. People know exactly what you're going to do. You'll say yes, you'll smile, you'll stay late, you'll forgive them. Predictability is boring. Predictability is safe, and safe things get ignored, taken for granted. Break the pattern. If you're usually talkative, be quiet for a day. If you're always available on Friday nights, disappear for 3 Fridays in a row. Do something completely out of character. This shocks the system. It wakes people up. It forces them to look at you again and realize they don't have you figured out after all. Mystery is a key component of charisma. You can't be mysterious if you're a creature of habit. Law 6. Judge by actions, never words. Words are air. Words are free, unlimited. I love you. I respect you. I'll pay you back. I swear. Ignore them all. Turn off the sound. Watch the movie of their life without the audio. What do they actually do? Do they show up when it matters? Do they support you when it's inconvenient for them? Do they respect your boundaries when you set them? If the actions contradict the words are lies. Straight up, respect yourself enough to believe the evidence of your eyes, not the hope in your heart. Law 7. The sovereign mind. This is the final law, the ultimate truth. You gotta realize that no one is coming to save you. No one's gonna hand you a crown and say, now you matter. Now you're important. You have to crown yourself. Sovereignty means you are the supreme authority in your own reality. You define what's good, what's bad, what's worthy, and what's not. You stop looking for external permission to exist, to take up space. You simply are. There's a misconception that being Machiavellian or dark means being evil. It doesn't. It means being integrated, being whole. Jordan Peterson, drawing from Jung, talks about this all the time. He says you should be a monster, and then you should learn to control it. Why? Because if you're incapable of cruelty, you're not virtuous. You're just helpless, powerless. A man who holds a sword but chooses not to swing it is peaceful. A man who has no sword is not peaceful. He's a victim in waiting, just counting down the days until someone takes advantage. You need to find your inner monster. You need to find that part of you that can be cold, that can be ruthless, that can cut someone out of your life without looking back, without a second thought. You've spent years suppressing this side of yourself. You thought it was bad, toxic, something to be ashamed of, but it's your protector. That anger you feel, that rage when someone disrespects you, that's your monster waking up. That's your self-respect trying to break through the concrete of your conditioning. Do not silence it. Listen to it. It's telling you this is not enough. We deserve better than this. When you integrate your shadow, you gain a new kind of presence. People can feel it radiating off you. They feel that you're not just a nice person, not just some pushover. They feel that there's a dangerous potential in you, a capacity for destruction, and that potential demands respect. Think of the ocean for a second. The ocean is beautiful, right? We love to look at it. We find it therapeutic, calming, but we also respect it. Why? Because we know it can kill us. We know that underneath that sparkling surface, there are depths we can't see and currents we can't fight. Be like the ocean. Beautiful on the surface, dangerous underneath. This integration is painful as hell. It requires you to stop being the victim in your own story. Victims are innocent. Victims are pure, blameless. But victims are powerless. To take power, to claim your throne, you gotta admit that you're capable of darkness. You gotta admit that you have the capacity to hurt, to manipulate, to dominate. And then, this is the key. You choose to use that capacity for protection, not destruction. You use it to draw a circle around yourself and say, nothing crosses this line without my permission. Nothing. Here's the price. And I told you I'd be honest. There's a price for self-respect, and the price is solitude, loneliness. When you start applying these laws, your circle will shrink. It'll get smaller. The people who liked you because you were easy to manipulate, because you were useful, they're gonna hate the new you. They'll say, you've changed. You're different. You're arrogant now. Good. Let them leave. Let them talk. The fire of transformation burns away the dead wood, the rotten branches. You'll find yourself alone for a while. This is what I call the desert of the real. It's quiet here. It's lonely here, but it's real. And it's way better to be alone in the desert of reality than to be crowded in the illusion of fake connection, surrounded by people who don't actually care about you. Use this solitude. This ain't punishment. It's preparation. In this silence, you'll hear your own voice for the first time in years, maybe your whole life. You'll figure out what you actually like, what you actually want, not what your parents wanted, not what your partner wanted, not what society says you should want. You. This is where the architect is born. You stop being a brick in someone else's wall, and you start building your own castle, your own empire. Do not fear the loneliness. Embrace it. Solitude is the laboratory of the great. Every great mind, Machiavelli, Nietzsche, Jung, Tesla, all of them, they all spent serious time in the wilderness. They all had to disconnect from the herd to find their own path. If you're feeling lonely right now, reframe it in your mind. You're not lonely. You're untethered. You're free. And freedom is terrifying to people who've lived in cages their whole lives. So here's the choice in front of you. It's a binary choice, black and white. There's no middle ground, no compromise. Option A, you go back to sleep. You apologize for setting boundaries. You explain yourself into submission. You beg for scraps of attention like a dog under the table. You let them interrupt you. You let them use you. You stay the nice person, the harmless person, the forgotten person, and you'll die with a heart full of resentment, wondering why no one ever saw you, why no one ever valued you. Option B, you wake up. You embrace the darkness inside you. You integrate the shadow. You learn to say no without a smile on your face. You learn to sit in the void of silence without panicking. You become the ocean, beautiful, deep, and dangerous. You respect yourself first before anyone else, and you force the world to adjust to your standard, not the other way around. The world doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. So be something undeniable. Be something that can't be ignored. This path ain't for everyone. Most people watching this video will turn it off and go right back to their comfortable slavery, their familiar cage. But you're still here. You made it this far. That means there's something in you that's tired of the cage, that's ready to break free. If this opened your eyes, if this hit you in the chest, understand this is only scratching the surface. This is what I can say on a public platform like YouTube. There are truths about human nature, manipulation, and power dynamics that are too raw, too controversial, too dangerous for the algorithm. I can't teach you the deeper techniques here without getting censored, without getting buried. Those lessons exist behind the join button. If you're ready to stop being an initiate and start becoming an architect, if you want the uncensored blueprints of the human psyche, the real dark knowledge, click the join button. Step into the insider or architect tier. You'll unlock the members-only videos that drop every Wednesday. The videos that dive into the abyss and bring back the fire. The real secrets. Most people won't click it. Most people are happy being prey, being victims. And honestly, that's the whole point. The masses need to stay asleep so the few who wake up can rise. But if you're ready to rule, if you're ready to command respect instead of begging for it, I'll see you on the inside. Remember this, respect yourself or no one else will. The choice is yours.